Hey there, folks. I got this new knife. This is the Patron by Jeremy Robertson. Um, recently got got a closer look at this knife with the Wieners and Steel gathering. Right, Barry had the flipper. I think he had the drop point flipper, El Patron, and then Brian Dunn had the Tonto flipper. Initial impressions when I examined Barry's, it wasn't really a great flipper, but from what I understand, it's really designed. It's kind of like a Hinderer where it's not really designed for like great flipping. And then I held Brian's, and that thing just flipped amazing. So anyway, I was really impressed. Jeremy was at the Blade, but you know, if you guys have been to Blade or if you're planning to go to Blade, that thing is just so overwhelming, and you're not gonna get to see everybody. You're not gonna get to meet everybody. So I gave Jeremy a call. First, I shot him an email. He responded right away, and then I gave him a call and basically told me that he had one available. He had this folder available. Let me just zoom out again. One thing that struck me about Jeremy, and when I meet these, when I speak to these knife makers, Jeremy was like just very, very, very nice. You know, very nice on the phone, very unassuming, very accommodating. And I basically told him, I was honest with him. I told him that I recently got introduced to this knife, and you know, that a friend showed it to me, and I was so impressed with it. I just was wondering if he had any available. Of course, in the email, he already told me that this one was available, so I gave him a call the very next day. I mean, I didn't meet him at Blade, but it just seemed like a genuinely nice person. And when I meet these knife makers, I don't think I've met a knife maker that's not a gentleman. Every one of them is a gentleman. They all have their unique characteristics, and they're just nice people, really. When I first met Jeff, he struck me. I pride myself in being a very good judge of character, like instantaneously. If you read that book, Blink. And I'm sorry, I can't think of the author right now, but some people just have this thing where they can just talk to a person for a little bit and just make an instantaneous assessment on that person's character. I kind of pride myself on that. And when I met Jeff, he struck me as first of all, he's a funny guy, but when I met Jeff, and I don't know if I can really judge by this because I've already watched his videos before I met him, but Jeff is very humble. He's very humble. I don't know if he comes off like that on his videos. There's almost like unsureness about him, like when he's talking. Like on video, when you guys see him, he seems you guys might think he comes off very confident. Well, when you meet him in person, he's just very humble about his work, about his knife, and he doesn't. I don't think he completely grasps, you know, and you can see how surprised he is on how well his Tannic bidding thing went, you know. So yeah, he just I think he just doesn't grasp quite yet how popular his knife is. But yeah, if I was to describe Jeff, very humble, very humble. Dave Curtis, I spoke to Dave Curtis on the phone when I ordered my F3s. He strikes me, I guess he's been doing this for a lot longer. Very confident, also a gentleman. Todd Begg, when I met Todd Begg at X, another guy that, you know, these guys are like knife makers I've been waiting to meet, and Todd Begg took the time, and he didn't have to do this, took the time to explain to me about the nuances of his knife. He's like almost like an educator, but very nice, very humble also. You know, a nice guy. His brother, Mark, is hilarious. Just a friendly, happy-go-lucky guy. And of course, Rick Hinder is just a gentleman. I mean, you can have a beer or have a burger with Rick, and the guy is just awesome. And I believe that's genuine. I don't think he's making that up or doing that to make you like him. I think the guy, all these guys are just so happy that they're having success doing what they love that it's just very transparent. Well, yeah, you know who the douchebags are? The douchebags are the purveyors. And not all of them. Most of them are pretty cool about it. But knife makers are very confident in their products. They don't care if you flip it. And if you watch my other videos, you know what I'm talking about. They don't care if you flip it. They're confident in their craftsmanship, their work. You know, they don't care if you flip it. They're confident in their work. But when you deal with these purveyors, like these online stores and these guys, this particular purveyor, TNK is the initial. That guy, I don't know, he's so anal retentive. He doesn't want you flipping his knives. But I'm going off on a tangent. Basically, I just want to say how basically every knife maker I met, R.J. Martin, I met tons of people, Mikhail Williamson, they're just such nice people, you know? Such a Jake Hoback. I mean, just nice people. And Jeremy Robertson is another pleasant surprise. You know, talking to him on the phone, you can just tell he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He's got confidence in his knife. And I think the key is these guys are so nice. You just want to buy their knives, you know? I already held it. I already held the flipper from Barry, New to Knives, and BK Dunn, B Dunn, and I was already impressed to hell with it. So when Jeremy said he had this one available, I didn't tell him who I am. You know, I don't want to say, hey man, I'm Terra Fanatic, dude. You know, send me the best knife you got so I can do a nice review on it. No, he doesn't know who I am. He has no idea who I am. Yeah, I mean, he knows my real name. That's about it. I did tell him the truth. I told him, listen, I'm fairly new at this. I told him about getting the Tad Dauntless birch tree, and that's really like what started me with the higher end collecting knives. And he listened to my story. You know, he's telling me, wow, that's whatever. But just a nice guy. You know, another guy you could just talk to. He didn't rush me off the phone. He talked to me for a good few minutes. And I'm basically the one that said, I gotta get off. Anyway, not that anybody really knows me. I'm not gonna say, hey man, I'm Terra Fanatic, and I'm afraid my worst thing is like, who? So he doesn't know who I am. He's not here to impress me with his work. And today I got it today. I ordered it, I think Friday or Thursday. He sent it out right away, and this thing is. My goodness, it's just beautiful. There's tons of videos on it. I'm not really going to go too much on it because there's lots of great videos on this knife. Let's see if can I zoom this out more? No. All right, so just little specs on it. The blade is 3V. He can do it in 3V. He can do an S90V. This one's available, so I took the 3V. The blade length is 3.75 inches. There are some blades with the thumb studs, the dual thumb studs. This one has the, like that hole, like a spider hole, if you will. This one is a convex grind, so Gavco. And I wish Mike good luck in Florida. I wish him well. It's a convex grind, beautiful convex grind. Just really nice. Did I say this is all handmade by Jeremy? Every one of his knives is made by Jeremy Robertson. All handmade. Everything. Including the hardware. This is titanium, of course. Titanium pocket clip. Everything. The beveling. All done by Jeremy. So, yeah, and he's pretty reasonable, I think I got this for $450, $500, I forget, $450, I believe he got it. He sold it to me for. So, and when I got it, it's like, wow, the fit and finish. Let me show you. Oh, let me show you lockup while I have it open. Lockup is nice and early, and you can see the 3V scratch in there. And the blade. The blade is like an acid Stonewash. And it's pretty sterile. There's really nothing on this knife besides his maker's mark right there, Robertson, USA. All made in the USA, United States of America, very nice. And there's really nothing else. There's nothing else. There's no other markings on this thing. Nothing. Look how thick that titanium is. That is thick titanium. And look at the stock of the blade. The blade's like 3/16 thick. That is, you know, it's he basically said, Jeremy wants to pride himself with his knives that they're worker knives. They're made for the working man, for the hunter, for public service. He likes to accommodate basically somebody that's gonna use it. And I know as I'm saying that, I know Fast Bandit's gonna rip me apart because I am a collector first, and I do have my users. You know, you know what my users are. This is my user. This is what I use every day. This is what I cut my boxes with. Cut the strings to throw out the garbage. This is my user. And I know I said Jeremy makes it. Yeah. I'm a collector. I'm a collector. Anyway, this thing is beautiful. Let's do a little super villain here because this is all handmade. And what super villain stresses is like the fit and finish. Right? I mean, look at that pivot. It's so precise. So precise. Like Soup says, you can't stick a hair in there. You know? But again, Jeremy makes his own hardware. His, you know, the finishing in here is all done by him. So that's why it's so perfect, you know? Just perfect. This one has got a pocket clip, titanium. The older models have two screws. This one is the 3 one, but all handmade. Look at the precision. That is just beautiful. Beautiful. It is very smooth. I don't. This isn't really made to be flipped out. I got my flippers that I'm gonna flip. Actually, I told Jeremy to put me on the list for. He's gonna make me a flipper, like very similar to B Dunn's. I wanted the Tonto one. But yeah, so yeah, very very smooth. It's about the size of a Sabenza. And again, guys have done videos on it. There's no play either way. It's a very solid. I mean, look at the tolerances. Look how how tight everything is. Just perfect. Just really beautiful. Is there anything else I want to say? That's really it. I will be bringing this to Wieners and Steel on this Friday. So I'll load this video up. I told myself I wasn't going to load it because I'm so excited. I just want to get it out there. But yeah. All right, guys. So one more for the herd. Very nice. If you guys haven't heard of Calavera Cutlery, that's his company. You guys got to check him out. Give him a call. You know, I didn't know he had knives available. I just shot him an email. And boom, he had one available. Boom. You know who says that? Jim Skelton. Great man. Yeah, shoot him an email. Give him a call. This thing is beautiful. Great American-made knife. All handmade. I mean, it's basically a custom knife without the custom price. All right, guys. Peace.